The instructions on this one are to solve, but something's different. Something's different. We have this +1 there. What does that mean? Well, it's pretty simple. I mean, the goal in the other one was to try and get the radicals by itself on either side or on one of the sides. So I want to get rid of this if I can. But if I subtract it, then I just have, you don't need to write this down because it doesn't help at all. You just think ahead. Look, it doesn't do anything. Then I just have the -1 over there. So it didn't help me at all. Now I have this radical with something on the outside. So there's nothing that we can do about that part. So what we're going to try and do is just square both sides. We're going to try and get rid of the radicals, see what happens. So this, I can square it. And this, I can square. But here's the thing. There's a plus sign in the middle. So I can't just, I can't do that. So what does that mean? That means I have to write the square root of x plus 2 plus 1 times the square root of x plus 2 plus 1. I have to do that. And that equals, see, this cancels out. That's nice. 3 minus x. Okay, so I have this. I need to FOIL this times this. Well, that's just, I'm going to erase this, but that's just this, right? So that cancels out. Great. Hopefully you understand that. That would be x plus 2. And then this times times the 1. Well, that's not too bad. That's plus 1 square root x plus 2. But you don't have to write the 1. So there we go. And then, so that was that. And now I'll do the same thing over there. So it's still just plus the square root of x plus 2. And then 1 times 1, that's 1, of course, plus 1. And then I have 3 minus x. And you're thinking, oh no, I'm going to cry. And then I'd say, stop crying. It's fine. We can still deal with this. We have 2 of these. They are like terms, so I just have x plus 3. Look, I'm combining like terms now. X plus 3 plus, and then I have 2 of these, so, and I'm adding them, so that's 2 times the square root of x plus 2. Great. Equals 3 minus x. Now we have to treat this like an original problem. We just got to start it all over again. Let's see what happens. First, I want to get the radical by itself. That's what I want to do. I want to get the radical by itself. So that's what I'll do. I'll subtract 3 from both sides. Oh, that actually goes away. Great. And then subtract x from both sides. I'm moving that one over. So that goes away, and then I have simply 2 square root of x plus 2 equals, well, that's just negative 2x. That's great. Oh, look at that. I can divide off the negative 2. I can, divide by positive 2. Remember, I'm trying to get the radical by itself. I'm treating it like an original problem. It's a whole different thing. So I'm trying to get the radical by itself. So that would be the square root of x plus 2 equals negative x. Now, immediately, you should think, wait a minute, I don't think there's going to be a solution here. Why? Because we have a square root equaling a negative x, but if x is like negative 1, then I would have negative times a negative. So we can't say that right away because we actually don't know what x is. So it's a little bit more tricky than that. So I'll just continue with my steps. Square both sides. I lose that negative, but let's see if it hurts us. So no more square root. That's just x plus 2 equals x squared. Okay, I'm going to get everything to one side. Subtract x, subtract 2, and I get 0 equals x squared minus x minus 2. And I have, what do I have? I have a quadratic. Perhaps I can solve 1 times negative 2. That's negative 2. with a negative 1 that goes down in the bottom. And then we have, well, that's just 2 times 1, but it's a negative 2. X equals, well, x equals 2. I'll write it out. I can use the shortcut, but I can have 0 equals x minus 2 times x plus 1. And then I get x equals 2 and x equals negative 1. And then I'll check these. I have to check them. And I'm going to check them in my original. So I will rewrite. So I'll check it in that. And I'm going to plug in the 2 first. So let's see what happens. If I plug in 2, I get 4. No, come on. So if I plug in the 2, I get 4 there. Square root of 4 is 2. 2 plus 1 is 3. So I just plugged in 2. 2 plus 2 is 4. The square root of 4 is 2. And then plus 1 is 3. And then I get, well, what am I plugging in? 2, right? Let's plug in my 2. Okay. 3 minus 2 is 1. Square root of 1 is 1. And that is not true. So, this is extraneous. Let's plug in the negative 1 and see if that works. Plug in the negative 1 there, and I get square root of 1, which is 1, plus 1, which is 2. Great. And then I plug in the negative 1 there, so it's 3 minus negative 1. Hey. That's 4. Square root of 4 is 2. So that one actually works, and this is our solution. That's our only solution, actually. Okay, I'm done.